As you probably remember from a couple of weeks ago, we were looking for a new trailer. We've made do with our 3-horse trailer for a couple of years now, and as our business has grown and we've had the need to take more horses to shows, etc., we really needed to upgrade. So hopefully we're going to set the wheels in motion. We sold our old trailer and we're looking to go pick up a new trailer in Southern Virginia.
As excited as I am about getting this new trailer, and trust me, I'm really pumped about it, it has been quite the process, and not in a good way. Thank God that I have a good friend that lets me borrow her trailer, because we've been trailerless for about 2 weeks now, thinking that this process would have gone quicker, and it just hasn't. You know, it's been really frustrating trying to prepare for an event and go through our daily lives without a trailer. It's a bit annoying.
It's been a little bit of a headache to get the loan and all that stuff together. It's a difficult thing because I don't have much credit history in this country because I'm so new. So we had to sort of go back and forth and finagle a few things, but finally we got to the point where we've got a loan approved and we're ready to go, and hopefully now it's just paperwork and making the time to get down there to pick it up.
Along with the frustration of even getting this trailer, it is far away, 6 or 7 hours away. We're trying to get the finances all done through the bank, and that is taking a long time. And of course, it's all happening to fall on Plantation Week, which is the busiest week for us that we've had in a while. And it just feels so last minute, and we've been trying to stay on top of it, and it just feels very rushed, and it's not a great place to be before an event.
It really, if we're going to be driving all night, we really need 2 drivers. Both of us can't really leave. We've got the 2 girls working for us, but each of them has a job. One of them works in the morning and the other works in the evening. So now trying to figure out how to get there 7 hours away at a time where they're open in order to get the trailer back here to lose the least amount of time and not be a complete wreck. That's kind of the juggling act now. Well, after a lot of stress and a lot of work, finally saddled up, ready to go. So let's hope that we can go get this trailer with no problems. We'll see. A couple of weeks ago, Veggie started to get a bit of a growth on his nose, and I kind of kept an eye on it, but it got big quite fast. So I ended up taking him to the vet, and they said that it was what's called a histiocytoma, which is fairly common in young dogs. And a lot of times they go away as quickly as they appear. So we had a plan to watch it for about a month and see what happened. Unfortunately, it got bigger and bigger, even just within a few days, and it burst and basically started to bleed a lot. I took him back to the vet after this, and she expressed some concern that if it continues to bleed, there's a chance it could get infected and him bothering at it. So she thinks it's best to just take it off. So today, we're taking Veggie in to have that removed. I think anybody that has a pet understands that it's very stressful when something happens to them, or if they have to have some kind of medical issue. And Veggie's no different to me. He's like another member of the family. He's very important to me, to both of us. But so of course I'm a little bit concerned. I hate. I take him in there and he's fine when I'm with him, and he lays down and is relaxed and whatever, and then the moment he has to go back to that other room and he knows I'm leaving him, it's just like heartbreaking, because he knows, I know, and so I am dreading leaving him here today, even though I know it's probably for the best. It's like it just tears you up when you see that on him, poor little guy.
Poor sweet little Veggie. I can only imagine how terrified he is going in there. I didn't get to go with them, but I can't even comprehend what it must be like for a little dog to have to go into a vet hospital and not even know what's going on, be taken away.
My heart's a little bit sore because I don't like having him go to the vet and have anything bad happen to him, but I think it's for the best, so. He doesn't know what's coming yet, poor little guy.
I know that it's a horrible feeling too, having to watch him. Like, Dom was probably gutted. I'm surprised. He probably cried. I wasn't there, but I would have been crying. It's just heartbreaking.
Hey, Veg. Oh, I know you know where we are. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, I know. Come on. I'm quite positive that dogs know when they're going to the vet, and I guess with Veggie's couple of recent visits, he knew exactly where we were. And he didn't even really want to get out of the car. Walking over to the door, he's just not his normal kind of flamboyant self, and he knew we were at the vet and was not that happy about it. I mean, he's great, and when we get inside, he lays down and is very quiet and very well behaved. As I predicted, as soon as he got over to the door and I had to let him to the vet tech, he was thrashing against her and trying to shake his collar off and was not very happy at all. Come on, buddy. Come on. In you come.
There you go.
Yeah. Here, babe. You're all right. You're all right. Come on, buddy. Come on. In here.
Okay, there you go.
All right, thank you. All right, let's get out of here. Oh, it sucks, doesn't it? As hard as it was to leave Vegemite there today, I'm just hoping that it's all just taken care of, and I know it's for the best that he gets that removed, and this procedure is relatively low risk, and I'm just looking forward to having it off and getting him better and hearing back from the biopsy that it's not cancerous and that we can move on and he can be happy and healthy. I'm giving Kaz a little jump. He's another little off-the-track thoroughbred prospect that we have, and he's going to his first show this weekend, which is exciting. I really can't say enough positives about this little horse. He's kind of unassuming, and you would just look at him in a field and he's just kind of another small little bay thoroughbred, but he's actually really something. I really have got a good feeling about this horse and have done since I very first saw him. He's a good jumper. He has a fantastic temperament and brain, and I think he's going to do big things.
Kaz is just improving every single day. I'm really excited that Dom's got a fun one to ride that he really, really enjoys, and he's just growing up already so fast, this little horse, and he may not be very, very big, but he's certainly mighty. He's jumping really well, he's moving well, and I think he's enjoying life, and he's a good character to have in the barn, and we just really love him.
Good boy. Oh. As long as he has those first couple.
Yeah, he always takes a peek a little bit in the beginning.
Yeah, even when you walk him towards it, he kind of like, ugh. Once he kind of gets the hang of it, then he's fine. Easy, buddy. Easy, buddy. You're fine. Good boy. Kaz knew how to do flying lead changes from the moment I ever put him over a fence, which is kind of lucky. But things I'm working on with him are just getting him a little bit straighter through the turns. He's got that kind of racehorse drift going, and just trying to keep him relaxed. A lot of times these thoroughbred guys are very keen to get to the other side, and so they would rather make a jump shape that's kind of flatter rather than a sort of more of an arc. And so everything I'm doing is trying to keep him relaxed, but try and help develop that little bit more of a nicer bascule over a jump so that one day he can jump big jumps too. Kaz has kind of got what I call the barn magnet on, which means all horses know where their home is at all times, but some of these young guys, they have this magnetic tractor beam pull that is just constantly, doesn't matter where you are turning, they're always getting pulled back towards the barn. He's so green steering, he's so crooked because he wants to drift back to the barn. But it's something that just fades in time and with more experience.
I see a lot of the same stuff, that Dom sees in this horse. He's very well balanced. He, finds the jumping pretty easy. It comes naturally to him. He's got a good canter. He's a good mover. I mean, he's not something out of control, some big fancy warm blood, but he's a good enough mover, better than average, and, I think he's going to come along really well.
I'm happy with how he jumped today, getting ready for this show, and I got a sneaking suspicion this one's going to be a big horse, so we'll see.
Come on, Pack. Let's go. Yeah.
6 advance. So it feels like this year we've been the chestnut barn. We've got so many new horses in that happen to be chestnut. And about 6 weeks ago, we got another chestnut. His name's Wash. He's a 4-year-old off the track thoroughbred. And basically all this time, he's just been having a vacation, been out in the field. We pulled his shoes off and just letting him kind of chill out and grow up a little bit. And today, he had his very first ride since coming off the track. So it's kind of exciting to see what this guy can do.
Wash is a beautiful type of horse. He's put together really well and moves very well and is so sweet in the barn. He just kind of tinkers around. He still has that little bit of a baby face. He's really cool, and I'm really glad that Dom found him and jumped on that, because he's, I think, going to be a pretty special one.
I haven't ridden this horse before, so the first thing I'll do with him having a vacation is throw him on the lunge for a little bit, just in case he's got any, jelly beans inside that he wants to let loose. Easy, buddy. Easy, buddy. What a good boy. Because he's a racehorse, he's been ridden a lot in the past, so I'm not too concerned about anything he's going to do. He's probably just going to want to go real fast, and that's okay. We're in the arena, so we're nice and safe. But I'll get on and give him a ride and see what he can do. Have a canter. 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 Come on, canter.
Doesn't know how.
Whoa! Not quite sure about the canter.
You want me to do what with my hind end?
I can't canter and turn at the same time. Are you kidding me?
That is so funny.
It'll be fine.
He's like, all I know how to do is trot and gallop.
Oh. He's a much bigger horse than Kaz. The reason I liked him was for different reasons to some of the others. He's got a very expressive movement. He's a very uphill horse. The way he carries his neck and the way his neck is set on his body all points to making him very nice on the flat.
He's got such a good neck on him.
Yeah, he has a great neck. Like the way it's set out of his shoulder.
It's gonna be so easy for him to just go
To
on
be
the
around,
bit
yeah.
and be up in front.
I tell you what, with a set of shoes in a couple of months, I reckon this horse is gonna...
Mr. Fancy Pants.
My initial observations on when I'm riding him are that he is, in fact, a very good mover, even without shoes on. And also, too, he picked up the right canter the very first attempt, which is kind of odd. A lot of them don't want to do that. Easy, man. Easy, brother. Oh. Easy, brother. Easy. You're okay. Oh. Well, he gets the right lead.
Yep.
Easy, brother.
Whoa.
Easy. You're all
Careful,
right.
Steph. Get run over.
Well, how about that? First right lead on the very first attempt. And he just seems to have a really good brain. So I'm super excited. It's when this happens and you kind of take a chance on a horse and you get it home and you have to put it in the field, you can't ride it for a little while, and then you bring it in, and when you finally get on them and you ride them and they are what you expected them to be, or even more, you could just kind of go, yes. So I'm happy.
Today I'm heading over to Endura to have a jump school with Boyd in preparation for plantation, which is coming up in a couple of weeks.
So I usually go over when Dom and Jimmy jump with Boyd just to set fences and be an extra set of hands. And today I went over with Jimmy as one of her last jump schools with Bellamy before plantation.
There are some pretty consistent things that I always need to work on, or I feel like I'm always working on. And one is just being able to see a good consistent distance, that I get my horse to the right place in front of the jump every time. Short turns can be difficult for me, you know, coming off of a short turn to a big jump.
So you need to stay out a little bit more on that turn. Come off the left again, and then you're going to stay a little wider so you're not closing him up on that right turn. Good, good. So this is the harder one. So you're going to stay out and try not to let his counter get choppy. Like stay wide here. Stay wide, stay out. Good. All right, take a walk, mate.
Another thing that's really big for me is my upper body position, because Bellamy is quite sensitive to where I am, and he's a very good jumper, and he's a good clean jumper, and he's careful, but he is sensitive, so every inch that my body moves affects him, so that's something I'm working on a lot.
So try and think of easing off in the first half of your turn a bit somehow, Jimmy. Super. Good. And really still and square with your body. Really quiet with your position. Quiet, quiet, straight. Good. Really good, eh? Give him a pat.
Boyd actually put the jumps up pretty big today. I was not quite ready for that. It was a big jump school. Obviously I need to practice at this height because it's going to be the height at plantation in a couple of weeks.
So what you got to try and do is you got to pick that out of stride so that you're almost steadying to the Liverpool, which will make your 5 easier.
Okay.
If you get too backwards or deep at your first oxer, then it makes the 4 way too long, and then you'll struggle at the vertical. So try and think, we're going to jump this baby as your warm up, and then wide turn, and then you're trying to pick up that oxer out of pace, and it's a competition 4, and then you got to stay out and slow him, use a bit of voice and upper body, and tall, and try and give him a little room at the vertical. And then we need a really smooth rollback turn to that white gate. Does that make sense?
It's really helpful to go and watch all these professionals and watch Jimmy ride in 3 stars in advance, and it really gives me perspective on where I want to go and how long the road is going to take for me to get there.
So you're going to keep your pace up and try and take the first stride you see. So it's a little bit of a mover at the first oxer, which should make the rest of it steady. So try and think big, long, open canter strides.
He helped me out a lot today, and you know, kind of the similar thing I've been working on, slowing my upper body and keeping Bellamy in like a good quiet rhythm, not getting him too flat and fast. And he's jumping really, really well.
Good girl. Tall. Good, and then tall body at the vertical. Really good. Good, big pat. So that was spot on, okay? Let's go up 3, let's go up 2 with the verticals. So did you feel that shot there at the oxer?
Yeah.
And then you didn't have to be so desperate down to the Liverpool. Yeah. He's jumping really, really well though.
I'm really fortunate to have Boyd help me. He's been so great about it, and him and Dom are very good friends, but he's been a really big motivator for me and has been really supportive, and it's really nice having him 4 minutes away. He's just up the road, but even if he was far away, I'm sure I'd come and jump with him because he's been a really good teacher and helped me and bailed me out a lot.
So you're going to go ex-oxa, and then again, trying to jump this oxa, thinking a little bit of scope so that you can then, a little bit, yep, and then you can sort of balance and try and get him to steady down to the verticals. And then with the verticals, you got to stay very still and upright with your position. Good, so stay out and think if you need to pull the trigger, but subtly. Super. Quiet. Good.
I hope I'm pretty prepared for plantation. I feel prepared. I'll probably will have one more jump school before I go, but I'm really looking for a clean round. You know, I've been jumping pretty good rounds the last few shows, but I've had 1 or 2 down, I think in the last 3 shows. So I know my horse is a good enough jumper, and I am more than capable of jumping a clean round. I just have to put it together.
I think the school went really well for both Bellamy and Jimmy, and I think it gave them a lot of confidence going in to plantation, so I'm hoping they'll do really well. Mozart and I have had a couple weeks now where we can, got to know each other, and I'm kind of figuring him out and getting more jump schools under our belt. And today we jumped because I'm taking him to Seneca Valley this weekend, and so I needed one last jump school just to polish everything up.
I think Mozart and Stephanie are a great combination. He's a fantastic type of a horse, and he's got a great brain, very willing, and an excellent opportunity for Stephanie to sort of ride a young horse that's very promising. They've still got lots to work on. I mean, the horse is green and needs to come along like any other young horse. He's got to kind of learn to be a little bit more balanced, and his canter, especially going to the right, he's a bit of a typical thoroughbred. He much prefers to go left than he does right. Stephanie always her big thing is keeping her aware when she's on the horse and not completely sort of zoning out and not knowing where she is. But she's coming along well, and the exciting thing is they've got so many shows coming up. They're going to get tons of experience and improve out of sight.
Today, I'm mostly focused on keeping a canter that I can see a distance from and getting directions. He struggles with his right lead like most racehorses do. And so it's just kind of getting all the pieces together that I want polished a little bit more before we go to a show.
Good. Looks good. Open. You do too much with your body, yeah? We're really trying to focus on her finding a good canter and also being able to a little bit more effectively navigate this horse around. She is kind of well known for being kind of a little bit airy-fairy when she's on the horse, forgetting where she is in relation to the jump. So that's always a focus point for us, is to get her a little bit more definite with both her canter and the direction that she wants to go, so she can jump the jumps a bit more effectively. Open left. Fix your canter. Right. Your canter left. Good. Now you don't need to get fast here, just catch it open is all. You just need to get it open. Good girl, well done. Good job. It was a good ride in, the distance was great. And then at the oxa, even if he's going to be close, body back but soft hand, yeah? That you don't grab him in the air. The first time to the black and white oxa, you had a lot of energy, but the stride was too long. It was too hard to fight. The second time, you had energy, but you were actually able to have a stride that you could do something with. All right, good.
And Dom's really helpful in these jump schools because he always gives me things to work on, and he understands where I'm at with Mozart, and he's brought along a lot of OTTVs and is really good about knowing how to get what you want.
So it's Stephanie's usual demons are coming out. She's kind of struggling to get the canter. rhythmical, and that then affects her getting good distances to the jumps. But she's got some good jumps, some ugly ones, and that's kind of the usual. I think overall she's improving, and she's definitely having an easier time on Mozart than she was with her old horse. Now remember to widen your hands and stay straight. Stay straight. Do that again. Well done, good, give him a pat, much better.
I'm really pleased with how today went, and I'm hoping I can carry that into the shows.
I'm excited for the show this weekend for those guys. These smaller shows are a great starting point, and I think that her getting out and about at these recognized events is going to help improve her skills and hopefully get her where she wants to be. So dropping off Veggie this morning was not one of the more fun things I've had to do. Stomach has been in knots all day waiting to hear back from the vet to make sure that it all went according to plan and that Veggie's okay.
Veggie can't be still for 10 days.
You can't be still for 10 seconds. You
Unless
wait
he's asleep.
when he comes out here, just be ready for it. When he comes out here, he's
I don't
gonna
even
go
care if
apeshit.
he pees on me.
He'll-
I can't
he's
wait
just
to
gonna-
see him.
He's gonna be like pulling on it and getting down really low and just wiggling all over the
Poor
floor.
little baby.
When it's your pet, your mind kind of run away with you and think of all the what ifs. And but you know, I try to just stop and think about really it wasn't very risky, and he was going to be in good hands, and really it should be no big deal.
So I asked her what she meant, and she just means to be careful of his nose.
Okay.
She doesn't want it to start bleeding.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do this. Do the massive body
Jumping
slam.
thing.
You're all right. You came
Do I
back.
take
When the door opens, Vegemite comes bouncing out of there like a rubber ball, his usual self, and springing all over the waiting room. He seemed happy and relieved to see us as well. From what the vet had said, he was terrific. He did really great, and the stitches looked fine, and she's confident she got it all out. So I am relieved is an understatement. Happy to have my doggy back.
really into biting the face right now.
It's okay. It's okay. He doesn't know how to express himself. The best way I can describe Veggie when he's happy and excited is he's got like this much energy, and you've stuffed it into this tiny little furry body, and especially when he's excited to see us, he just doesn't know what to do. He jumps up and does drive-bys past you, and he's making lots of noise, and he wants to lick you so bad that he sometimes does it because he's so fast. It's like a little bullet trying to come up and lick your face. He's a sweet dog, and he really loves us, and he loves to show us how much he loves us.
Ready to go outside?
Veggie is actually a pretty sensitive dog, and his personality changes quite quickly with certain things. So, you know, he'd been kind of feeling down about having this big wart essentially on his nose, and so we were a little bit unsure of how he was going to feel when he came out of there, but it looked really good. It looks like, he has stitches, but there's nothing too out of the ordinary there, and I think he was feeling a bit better, a little shell-shocked, but a bit better, and I think he was just happy to be out of there.
Again, I'm just happy that we've wrapped this up. He's got that thing off his face, and he can go back to his normal Veggie self.
Looks so good. Yeah. Inches.
Last night, I left to go pick up the trailer, finally. But it was 6.5, 7 hours away, so I dragged my mom along with me, drove down there, we spend the night at a truck stop, and sleep for 4 hours, and then I go pick up the truck this morning. I'm all excited. I've told Dom the trailer looks great, everything's good. And so I'm heading home. We're almost home. I'm just like so ready to get off the interstate. Get off. Drive's been going smooth. I was off the interstate maybe, I don't know, 2 minutes. And I'm about 25 to 30 minutes from home, and boom. What do you know? Flat tire, front right, which is even more annoying. And all I wanted was just to get the trailer home into the driveway so Dom could see it, and either way, it didn't happen. And he came and met me and helped me change the tire.
I was actually I was pleasantly surprised that Jimmy had actually already got the spare down, had already loosened all the nuts and everything, and was pretty much ready to go when I got there. So I was actually pretty proud of her. She's been learning well.
I watched a video.
Watched the video on how to change a tire. So do you feel like you ran over something?
No, I got off the interstate and just came down this way, and it like did the typical boom, 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 and then it just went. And
how long did you roll before you got stopped?
not far at all. Maybe, I don't know, 30 yards.
Right. Well, trailer's pretty sweet.
I know.
It's awesome. All right, let's get it home.
Okay. All right. First impressions on driving this new trailer that is significantly longer than the last one. I was pretty pleasantly surprised with it, actually. It didn't feel too much longer. I didn't feel like I was having to swing out as wide as I thought I might have to, but the gas station situation was not pretty for me today. I definitely got stuck and had to reverse out, and it was a nightmare.
It's only truck stops only from now on, I think.
Yeah.
But I got to drive it for 20 minutes after we changed the tire. And definitely getting into our driveway, that is something that you have to be patient about and probably only come from the north, because it is a tight enough squeeze, and that trailer is too dang pretty and too expensive to get wiped out on the side, on the telegraph pole, or on the gate. So it got in there okay, and it's a little bit funny to kind of manage around the barn here, but it sure does look nice sitting up there.
Well, everybody, here she is.
Took a bit of time to get it here, but it's finally here. Obviously, it's
Pretty clean, pretty fancy.
It is my first trailer.
Yeah.
But obviously, you can do either 3 or 2 horses.
Or a box stall.
Or a box stall. This swings out and goes here, so the horse could be free. And you take a long walk all the way down here to the other end, 14 feet. And then we just change this for 2 horses, so they have a little bit more space. But same again, you could turn that to the side and have a box stall. You could have 3 box stalls, 4 horse head-to-head, 5 horse head-to-head.
Are endless.
Box stall, 3 horses, whatever you name it. Bridle hooks. So much space for activities.
We're gonna be eating ramen for
a long time.
Century.
And then
That's okay.
Let's
look at the tack room.
Come and show you the tack room.
So this is the tack room, and one of my favorite parts about this is that it has 2 doors, so you can get in from either side.
Which is pretty sweet. And 18 bridle racks, which anyone that goes to an event with a couple horses knows how many bridles you end up with. Adjustable saddle rack, so you can adjust the height and how much space you need in between. And
more than enough room for anything else.
For junk.
Water tank, I think we're gonna hook this up and put it on the underside of the gooseneck.
Yeah. And I'm gonna put a pump together so we can hose horses off even when we go like cross-country schooling and stuff.
Yeah, so
That's it.
this is the,
New rig.
took a while, but it was definitely worth it.
It is. It is.
I don't want to put a horse in it.
I know. It's too pretty.
I'm terrified.
He'll be right.
At least Bellamy gets to ride in it first.
He does. He's the first one. For us, this trailer will probably get used every single day, so it's important to have the right tool for the job. So I'm thinking like a, you know, kind of abstract, giant boxing kangaroo. They're kind of on an angle, and it starts up there and it goes all the way down.
What?
Across.
No.
And then on the
No,
other
no,
side,
no.
Texas is like massive along the side. And then I was thinking like Jimmy's face right here, just like probably 4 feet wide.
What are
like,
you saying?
Like your face, like profile, like over a jump weight. And then I was thinking maybe Vegemite's face sort of from about here through.
Don't you think Willow should be on my side? Vegemite can be on your side of the trailer.
Willow and then Vegemite on the other side. Maybe, I think we need about 16 feet for Vegemite. But it'll look good, I think. Just him.
Spread eagle, Superman.
Yeah, like jumping like mid-flight. Especially with his new nose.
I think that sounds ridiculous.
I think it sounds awesome. It's gonna look like a racing car trailer.
We're not NASCAR.
It's gonna look great.
Boom. So exciting.
This isn't really a champagne glass, but it'll have to do.
It's still a cool glass.
Okay.
I'm surprised she didn't bring out like our wedding flutes.
Yeah.
Hey, wah!
Oh, yeah, cheers. Sorry, I'm thirsty. Our new trailer. Well, that's it, guys. That's the end of season 2 and also the Along for the Ride series. It's been an absolute pleasure having you guys take a little sneak peek into our lives and into our business and our hopes and dreams and goals, and we hope you've enjoyed it, and because we have. It's been a new learning experience for us to have Matt following us around in our day-to-day lives, but hopefully you got something from it, and we are so excited for the future. Season 3 is going to be right around the corner. We got a lot of exciting things coming next year that can't wait to let out of the bag, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So best of luck with your horses, and hopefully we'll see you next season.
See ya.